Bioflck technology (BFT) in aquaculture, a revolutionary system of biosecured semi-intensive and intensive shrimp and fish farming. Bioflck technology has become a popular technology in the farming of Pacific white shrimp, Letopenaeus vannamae, and now it is used in P. monodon, tilapia and other fish farming. It is now a very popular system of semi-intensive and intensive shrimp and fish farming with low or no water exchange. It is comparatively much profitable and biosecured system of aquaculture. The basic technology was developed by Professor Yoram Avnemelech, 2000, 2005A and B, in Israel. This system is commercially using with success in shrimp farming in Indonesia, Malaysia and Australia. This technology utilizes the co-culture of heterotrophic bacteria and algae grown in flocks under controlled conditions within the culture pond. Thus microbial biomass is grown on unconsumed feed, fish excreta, and inorganic nitrogenous products, resulting in a removal of these unwanted components from the water. The major driving force is the intensive growth of heterotrophic bacteria which consume organic carbon. It has been calculated that a carbohydrate need of 20 grams to immobilize 1 gram of N, based on a microbial C/N ratio of 4 and a 50% C in dry carbohydrate. Flocks consist of a heterogeneous mixture of microorganisms, flock formers and filamentous bacteria, particles, and colloids. At its core, bioflck is a wastewater treatment system and was developed to mitigate the introduction of diseases into aquaculture facilities or farms from incoming water exchange, typically used in prawn farming. Bioflck systems employ a counterintuitive approach to more traditional aquaculture designs. Where more traditional aquaculture designs seek to remove suspended solids, bioflck systems allow and encourage solids and the associated microbial communities to accumulate in the water. Assuming sufficient aeration and amalgamation in order to maintain an active flock in suspension, water quality can be maintained and controlled. Bioflocks may also have probiotic effects in some species. Essentially, bioflocks provide two very critical services which also helps a little to understand how they work. They treat wastes from feeding and provide nutrition from flock consumption. Flocks are a supplementary food resource that can be consumed between feeding times, pellet use. One of the benefits of bioflck systems is its capacity to recycle waste nutrients via microbial protein into fish or prawns. The main component of bioflck is nitrogen that is incorporated into bacterial cells. One other benefit of bioflck systems is the benefit of improved feed conversion ratios derived from the consumption of microbial protein. It should also be noted that bioflck systems are generally implemented as pond-based systems as they add the most benefits to pond-based aquaculture. Additionally, bioflck is not suitable for just any species and works best with species that are able to derive nutritional benefit from the direct consumption of flock. Bioflck management. The major component of bioflck is heterotrophic bacteria. The function of the bioflck is to reduce the nitrogenous metabolic waste, ammonia, nitrite produced by shrimp feeding and production. Ammonia consumed by heterotrophic bacteria becomes protein, which can then be consumed by shrimp and converted into growth. Heterotrophic bacteria need carbon for ammonia to be assimilated. In addition to the commercial feed, a supplemental source of carbon must be added in order to stimulate production of the heterotrophic bacteria and reduce the nitrogenous waste. Shrimp feed has a carbon to nitrogen C/N ratio of approximately 7 to 10, 1. Heterotrophic bacteria would prefer a ratio of approximately 12 to 15, 1. Simple sugars or starches are added to increase the ratio and promote bacterial growth. Additives have included molasses, sugar, sucrose, and dextrose. Some producers use glycerin. Application rates will vary with the protein content of the feed and composition of the carbon source, but a good rule of thumb is that for every 1 kilogram of feed, about 0.5–1 kilogram of carbon source is required. Higher protein feed will need higher carbon supplementation. Actual applications must take into consideration the levels of ammonia and nitrites in the water. For successful and efficient management of a bioflck farm, have to get more idea about bioflck management. But the technique is not so complicated. Most simple and easily understandable explanation about bioflck is that heterotrophic bacteria will decompose waste materials and ammonia content of water and will be converted to bacterial biomass. Part of this highly nutritious biomass consumed by protozoa and other microorganisms will convert it to their biomass. These microorganisms and bacteria remain in small flock and serves as very nutritious food of the cultured organisms. So bioflck system helps to maintain good water quality, decreases requirement of water exchange, decreases quantity of feed requirement by about 20%, and helps to maintain biosecurity. Bioflok system of farming is now very popular in many countries of the world including Indonesia, Vietnam, Thailand, India etc. Let us involve ourselves in technological development of aquaculture. Unfortunately we are at a very poor stage in technological development. Photographs. 1. Bioflok system of shrimp farming. 2. And 3. How bioflok system works in a pond. 4. Checking concentration of bioflok.
For watching more informative videos, please subscribe the channel.